Steven Universe and all associated images are property of Cartoon Network, Rebekah Sugar, and any and all other respective owners. I don't know them all. All footage in this video has been used for the purpose of critique parody under fair use. Please support the official release. Alright, so we've been talking about the diamonds a lot lately, so I thought I'd mix things up by talking about the diamonds again. Specifically, blue diamond again. There's honestly not a whole lot to say about the theory that I have for you this week. This is more just a summation of all the other things that I see coming about as a result of what we have learned so far about Blue, what it is that she and Yellow Diamond plan to do on Earth. They don't outright say it after their song in That Will Be All, but the dialogue does suggest that Blue and Yellow are both coming to Earth. Blue wants to preserve more of Pink's legacy, and I think Yellow does too. And while they do still think that the cluster is coming, they realize that it hasn't yet and think they still have time to come to Earth and presumably take more humans for the zoo. There's no indication that either of the diamonds knows anything about the crystal gems. While I'm sure Peridot told someone when she first learned of them, that information somehow never reached the highest ranks of gem government. That means that Blue and Yellow expect to be able to come to Earth and just do whatever they want. Keep in mind that Blue doesn't know that Greg escaped the zoo either, so if she sees him on Earth, she's going to be caught by surprise. In short, they will both be surprised to find crystal gems, and Blue will be surprised to find Greg in particular. This means that it's very likely that whatever plan they have for the Earth won't be carried out immediately. Or if it is carried out immediately, the gems will then interfere and the diamonds will take pause, and there will be a little bit of a breather in the middle there. And I think this is where Blue Diamond's characterization from Steven's dream comes into play in this storyline. Yes, she took sympathy on Greg because she was so surprised to see that he was able to relate to her, that he was able to empathize with her, and that definitely left an impact on the narrative. But whether Blue and Pink were fusion partners or romantic partners or not, they were still very close. And the loss of Pink to Blue was a huge deal, very similar to the loss of Rose to Greg. They still share that similar experience. It's entirely possible that Blue will recognize Greg and actually take time to listen to him, and maybe even the rest of his group. A lot of people expect that the diamonds are going to be the gems that Steven and the crystal gems have to fight and defeat, that they're going to be the homeworld enemy that there is no making peace with. And while that may end up being true of White Diamond because we still don't know anything at all about White Diamond, I don't think that's going to be true of Yellow and Blue Diamond. I kind of see it going down like this. Blue and Yellow show up to Earth and begin abducting people to take them back to the zoo and help preserve Pink Diamond's legacy, as they put it. They probably won't even set foot on the planet themselves, unless they absolutely have to, since from their perspective, the cluster is still forming and could hatch at any time. So I'll imagine they'll probably just start scooping people up from orbit or something. Something mysterious, something that we don't get to see happen right away, but we just get to see the after effects of. The crystal gems will become aware of what's going on. Garnet will realize that she no longer has the luxury of avoiding the diamonds, of avoiding the existence of her and the other crystal gems being found out. So they will attempt to stop whatever is happening, and the diamonds will learn of their presence. The diamonds will confront them, things will look bleak, but then either Greg or Steven and Greg, or just Steven, since he did see Greg and Blue's conversation and would have known what it was about, will manage to appeal to Blue's emotional state and not make her an ally, but just make her question whether or not she should be doing what she's doing. I don't think they'll change her fundamentally as a person in just this one encounter. She's still selfish and entitled. Just because she can sympathize with another person doesn't change that. But they might be able to make her question whether or not she should be doing what she's doing. In this specific case, abducting people. They may be able to convince her that humans are just as self-aware as she is. She'll be torn between her desire to preserve Pink's legacy and the impact of this newfound knowledge, enough so to give her pause and insist that she and Yellow stop what they're doing and leave. And for the time being, the day will be saved. The diamonds won't be defeated, per se, but they will have moved on from Earth, at least for now. This won't last forever, obviously. Eventually they'll realize that the cluster isn't going to hatch. Hopefully Steven won't accidentally let slip that it's not going to hatch in the way that he sometimes lets things slip. And still feeling entitled to the Earth, they'll probably return. It may even be because of this turn of events, a disagreement between Blue and Yellow Diamond, that we finally see White Diamond. That she finally emerges and involves herself in the situation to set the other two diamonds back on track. There is a lot of speculation here. This all hinges on the fact that Blue's sympathy for the humans does run deep enough that it can be appealed to. And I'll be perfectly honest, this is more akin to how I would write the story than anything else. The crew could go a completely different direction with things. But I wouldn't be surprised to see this happen, and I think it would be an interesting direction for the show to go. I guess this week, rather than ask what you think of the theory in general, I'll ask, how plausible do you think this scenario is? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below. Either way, this has been AJ22, and I will talk to you guys later. Yeah, so that was a weird one, guys. I fully acknowledge that. This was very different than any of my past theories. I'm honestly not even sure if I can call it a theory, but I don't have anything better to title it, so theory it is, at least for now. I hope you liked it, and please let me know if you would like to hear more speculation regarding specific scenarios at some point in the future. Telling stories is one of my favorite things to do. Before I forget, I do want to give a shout out to the Round Table, another much larger Steven Universe theory channel. He posted a video expanding on my theory regarding Lapis and her ability to terraform just the other day, and mentioned me as the inspiration for the video. I really appreciate that. You really should check out his channel if you haven't. His stuff's really great. Also, a quick reminder, if you do enjoy my content and want to help the channel to grow, I do have a Patreon page. I'll link to it in the description down below. Most importantly though, guys, thank you for watching.